If you are importing personal and household effects into Australia, you'll be required to complete an unaccompanied personal effects statement in order to clear your shipment through Australian customs and quarantine. We'll start by talking you through the completion of this form, which while it might look a bit onerous, is really quite simple. First of all, your given names as per your passport, including your middle name, followed by your family name. Next, the address and telephone number of your actual or intended residential address in Australia. If you are staying at a temporary address with friends or family, that is okay to put down here as well. It is very important here that you do use your residential address, since customs will not accept an address for a company or GPO number. However, it is not essential to put down your phone number. Next, your date of birth, followed by your gender, male or female, and your passport number. Then, the country of issue of your passport. If your country of issue is Australia, you must also remember to complete this section for returning residents only, also on this page. You then need to complete this section, the people covered by this statement, whether it is yourself or yourself and your spouse, the name of your spouse if applicable, as well as your spouse's passport number, and the number of children under the age of 18 if they are travelling with you. The next section, how I arrived or intend to arrive in Australia, you must put down at least the airline you are flying here if you don't know the flight number, followed by the airport you are flying into, and your date or your estimated date of arrival. If you don't have a specific date, just the notation of the month is okay. You also need to put down your country of departure. This section, for returning residents only, you must complete if you said that the country of issue on your passport is Australia. You need to put down the other countries you have visited during your time away, and your period of absence from Australia. If your period of absence is less than 12 months, customs will require a written explanation as to why, after a short overseas stay, you are importing your personal effects. Please send this note of explanation through to your move manager with the completed form. These next two sections, how my personal effects arrived or will arrive, and clearing your personal effects, will be completed by OSS, so there is no need to worry about this section. You then must hand sign the page with the signature matching your passport signature, as electronic signatures are not accepted by customs, and then date the page. Section 1, at the top of page 2, gives you several options to choose from in terms of the visa you are coming into Australia on. If you are coming to resume residence or are an Australian citizen, you simply choose the appropriate box. In section 2, you need to state if you have packed the goods yourself. If you did pack the goods yourself, you simply click yes. However, if you got your goods professionally packed, then you need to tick no and put the name of the moving company that did. The next question, are you fully aware of the contents of the packages? You need to advise if you are fully aware, and if you're not, you need to say why you aren't fully aware of what is in the packages. Next, you need to say that if the packages contain goods belonging to any person other than you or those who accompanied you into Australia. If you click yes, you need to put the name, their passport number, and their relationship to you. Section 3 is related to prohibited goods. This section is a simple yes or no answer whether you have any of these prohibited items in your consignment. If you do tick yes to any of these, for example firearms, you need to list the item so customs can locate it and inspect the item. If you're aware of the item number that has been packed in, please make a notation on the form. You must again hand sign and date the page. Page 3 begins with a question relating to Australian and foreign currency. You need to tick yes or no. If you have currency above the limit of $10,000, you must list the amount in Australian dollars that you are carrying into the country. The next question relates to medicines, whether prescribed by a medical practitioner or not, including but not limited to herbal. If you do have medicines and it is a prescription medicine, you must provide a copy of the prescription. However, if they're over-the-counter medicines, you must click yes and list what these medicines are. Section 5 is a yes or no section, so you simply need to answer yes or no to which items you have in your consignment. If you do have alcohol, you need to tick yes, and you must complete an alcohol inventory form. You will find the alcohol inventory form on the OSS website under online forms and documents. If you do have items not belonging to you as you answered on the previous page, you must tick yes to this question, asking if you have any items not belonging to you or those who are accompanying you on your arrival into Australia. If you answer yes to this final question and have purchased goods within the last 12 months, you need to list the goods in the space below. For example, if you have bought a camera, you then need to list the price of the camera and the date of purchase. If you can't remember the exact date, again, just the month and the year is okay. Section 6 relates to you having been on farms or wilderness areas. If you do tick yes to this question, it is very important you have thoroughly cleaned your footwear to ensure that there is no foreign material brought into the country. Your shoes or boots will be closely examined by an Australian quarantine officer, and a pressure cleaning order may be issued if the standard of cleaning is not satisfactory. You again need to hand sign and date the page. This last page relates more specifically to Australian quarantine. If you have brought into Australia any of the following goods asked about in Section 7, then you must declare them to quarantine. If you answer yes to any of these, you must again put the name of the item and note the item number in which the item is packed, if possible. For example, if you bought food of any kind, you need to say what food it is and the item number if you can remember. If you answer yes to this question relating to goods used by horses or other animals, they'll be required to be treated with Virkon, which is a heavy-duty disinfectant. Section 8 relates to wood and plant products. If you have any items, such as artificial plants, then they must again be declared to quarantine. You must write what these items are so that they can be inspected by Australian quarantine. If you have any wooden furniture, you just need to tick yes to this question relating to furniture or other articles of wood, cane, or bamboo. You don't need to list the furniture, you just need to write as per inventory, as the packers will have made a sufficient list of all furniture products. If you have any items containing soil, rock, or minerals, they must all be declared, as with the questions relating to straw or wood packaging and egg or fruit cartons. You then hand sign and date that page again, and you've completed the form for submission to Customs and Quarantine. If you need further clarification or assistance, please contact your Move manager.